I think that Democratic voters in 2020 let our optimism get the best of us.
Optimism.
Think about this. Listen, Democratic voters as a whole, they were voting for Biden as a go back to normal, all that kind of shit, right? Go backwards in time, before Trump, that kind of shit. That's
Yeah,
what people were thinking, right? Like not me necessarily, but not you, but like that's what like.
No, but no, that's what I was worried about. Right?
Okay. Well, what we've ended up with is in 2020 we voted for who we are going to hate for the next 4 years, and like that's what really realistically we're voting for.
Well, because do you have any other expectations?
I ended up on the DCCC's email list.
Oh God. Yeah, I ended up there too, and I didn't give them shit.
So they emailed me last week and said, can you believe this? There's a Republican making attack ads against Nancy Pelosi. This is unacceptable. Blah, 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 blah. You need to donate to here because we need to stop the Republicans from making attack ads against Nancy Pelosi.
Okay, I'm going to make an attack ad against Nancy Pelosi right now.
Go ahead.
Hold on. I have to make an attack ad against Nancy Pelosi right now. Nancy Pelosi went out into fucking public in front of people with cameras and microphones and said to those people that because we live in a free market economy, people in Congress should be able to fucking trade stocks. And the fact that she wasn't shot by a Secret Service agent, by a fucking, by somebody who is in charge of treason. I'm saying
that's perfectly acceptable thing to say.
No, it's not. And that is my attack.
Oh yeah, I agree. It's like awful. But at the same time, that is perfectly acceptable in the realm of capitalist people in power.
Capitalist realism, baby.
No,
capitalist realism.
Like, Republicans will listen to her say that and say, okay, well, I mean,
I guess she's not totally a socialist.
Or whatever. Yeah, exactly. And then, or they would just won't hear that at all, probably is the most likely thing.
Because it doesn't matter, because they're controlled opposition, because the Democratic Party is just a fucking sham. It's just
Tucker Carlson will somehow spin that whole thing into making it seem like the Democratic Party is the more corporate party.
As well he should. If he's smart, sure. That's what he will do.
I mean, they are corporate, but arguably Republican Party is more corporate, and the conservative...
No, I don't believe that. I think that the corporate Dems and all of the Republicans, with maybe the exception of a couple of yahoos who don't understand money yet, like they're lockstep on that shit, right? This is why I've been a single issue voter, right? Because it's all social. The only difference between the two of them is social shit. The most disappointing thing about Obama to me is that the whole time Obama was president, the whole time when he was running for president, I thought they got a leash on him. They got a gun to his head. You know, he's whatever. Like he might as well not exist, right? He's got the puppet strings on him and he's playing ball. Right. That's what I thought. Right. I thought he had absolutely no agency. But what I thought would happen that I'm so mad that it didn't happen is that Obama would then stop being president and then immediately start being real. Right. And the fact that didn't happen is the most disappointing thing about him to me. Because, you know, deep state, military.
Okay, no. The most disappointing thing about Obama is that he ran on being against the wars.
He ran to the left.
Administration.
He ran to the left and then
started more wars during.
Right. He was a
I don't
fucking liar.
There's no other issue that was more of a bait and switch than that shit.
Oh yeah. Well,
because
yeah.
You remember being voting for Obama back in 2008. You were thinking we're going to stop this fucking imperialist.
Absolutely didn't think that.
You didn't. Think so?
No. I thought that Obama was good at talking, and I thought that he, at my most naive, right, I thought that he would do his best, but that he would be stopped.
Well,
right?
Okay,
but at the
end of the day, he didn't fight against the fucking
no. He made it worse. He then made it worse in secret while no one was paying attention, and now we have Trump and Biden, and so I absolutely blame him for the bait and switch, for the escalation, for all of those things. But the naive part of me that the same part of me that will that knows that it's going to take a lot for me to completely abandon Bernie Sanders, right? Mm-hmm. That same part of my heart, right, that just doesn't want to believe that just everybody is a piece of shit, right? I thought that Obama would do all that stuff, right? He would do all the fucking whatever, the Democrats move to the right, wars, escalation, whatever, he would do all the bad things, right? And then he would get out of office, and then he would explain what the fuck happened, right? And now that he is out of office, he has explained what happened. And his explanation is, I did what I wanted to do. I did the thing that I was lying to you about before. And now I'm yucking it up and hanging out at Netflix and getting $60 million and hanging out with Richard Branson and and I'm a celebrity and I'm a fucking narcissistic piece of shit. Fuck him so much. But I will say this. And this is literally the only thing that Obama gets credit for, from me, and I feel like from anybody else that's in my similar mindset. Obama's betrayal of us, of the left, of the anti-war, anti-imperialist, pro-black sector of the United States. Pro-black, pro-quality, pro-getting on with the dumber aspects of our country's stupid history.
In general.
Yes.
Yeah.
The only thing that I will give him credit for is that he shoved all of us into communism and socialism and fucking, like, you know what I'm saying?
You're talking about the leftists.
Yes, I'm saying that every leftist
his betrayal has made us all picked up Das Kapital.
Yes,
or
Mao's Little Red Book
of Communism,
or
whatever it is we've picked up.
When I'm done reading
the
it,
shock doctrine or fucking.
Yeah, but that was happening while he was president.
Well, yeah, but I mean, we've all started reading this shit now. Like,
yes, that's what I mean. That's what
Obama consent.
Obama pushed pragmatists and absurdists like me, who thought that politics was just a bunch of bullshit spectacle and doesn't mean anything, right? Pushed me to no, there needs to be a violent revolution and we need to decapitate all of these people, right? And so for that, I thank Obama. Thank you, Obama, for betraying my heart and hardening my soul so that if we are to save this shit whole fucking awful system and planet that we live on that is dying. Thanks, Obama, for helping me more clearly see that Democrats are not our friends, that there is no hope. Hello?
Hey, Cletus,
Yeah.
you see this shit on the internet with Trump lately?
Trump did a thing.
Yeah, last night. You see the thing with Trump and what's his name, Bill O'Reilly or whatever his name is?
Nope. Didn't see none of that. I'm about a month behind on all news.
Fair enough. Yeah, I know it's been terrible lately. I don't even want to even know about it either.
All right. So here's the only things that I've heard. You tell me if I'm right. The Build Back Better Brandon bill is gone. It's dead.
Well, yeah. What's that guy's name? Manchin is not a
Mancini is
the
what
man.
is what we
Man.
no. Manchin is the anglicized version of Mancini. He's Italian.
Oh, I knew there was something I didn't like about him. All right. Well, anyways, what I would have called you about here, Cletus, was this. What Trump was saying. He was at a live event. It was just him and this other guy talking, just straight talk, and he's the guy. I think it's Bill O'Reilly. He goes, I'm vaccinated. What do you think about the vaccine, Trump? And he starts going off on how great the vaccine is and how, he was like, we, the country, not just me, but the country as a whole, came together and created the
Trump
vaccine.
said this?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. And then
This wasn't a Brandon?
And this is Trump. And Bill O'Reilly goes, I have had a booster. What about you? And Trump goes, yeah, I've had a booster.
Hell yeah, I'm a rich old man. Well, I mean, it's you got to be a dumbass rube to think for one motherfucking second that this motherfucker already got COVID once, right? As a fucking Big Mac fish sandwich eating motherfucker for his whole life. He got COVID once, put the fear of God in him. He's trusting all the science and all the doctors in secret. And
no. Here's what I think happened. And I'm not Q or anything like that, but what I really think happened is that the deep state has already cloned him. I mean, I think Trump might be dead and they've already cloned him.
I don't think so. I think that Trump was always putting on a show. And I think that some of his dumb guy tendencies are him being a dumb guy. But I think
are you saying that he was dumb?
Absolutely, yes.
This is from Newsweek. Over half of Americans say they don't want to see Trump or Biden run again.
Oh, yeah. I heard that one. That is true in one sense and not true in another sense. And here I'll lay it out for you. All right. On one hand, no one with any brain cells left could possibly imagine a do-over of 2020 in any way. You know what I mean? In any just the phrase "hindsight is 2020" must be retired. No one will ever think about 2020 ever again. And the thing that kept us all glued to our screens during that time was watching two senile old men yell at each other. Mm-hmm. And so the Newsweek poll people are like, there's no way I could do that again. But I raise you this. If it's fucking Kamala and Pete versus fucking DeSantis and some other guy, I don't know. Ivanka won't do it. She's have you noticed that there ain't nothing coming out of Ivanka's camp at all? She is hiding somewhere from this, from the sheer embarrassment of it.
Yeah. Apparently she was a pretty big like New York socialite, and even the more conservative members of that kind of world were put off by Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I know. And she's embarrassed because her dad is a fucking big fat wet baby man who fucking, brought all the heat on everybody. But this is what I'm saying is that if it's Kamala and Pete and whoever else on the other side, we as a nation are going to long for the days of the two senile old men screaming at each other.
Yeah, I get what you're saying there. Here's my hot take, and this is just based on what I've seen recently. I don't see Kamala doing anything after this. After these 4 years is over, I think she's going to be retired like Hillary Clinton. Like, it's just over. There's just like
nobody likes her.
No one likes her. There's such a low popularity level, a low approval level.
She's weird and does weird things.
I mean, did you see the Charlamagne the God interview?
No, but I can imagine.
God, damn, that shit was so cringe. Like, it was.
She's cringe. That's what it is.
Yeah. It's like Kamala Cringe Harris should be her. That should be her name. Like,
absolutely.
It's like I want to like her. She's the first female vice president, first vice president of color. All this.
Her dad was a goddamn Marxist.
Yeah, but like she's so fucking cringe and like so fake, obvious fake. Like,
no, I see.
Good at being.
I don't even think she's fake. I think that what you're seeing is what she is. Right? That like stilted robot speech.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Pete. By the way, did I tell you? I watched the Pete documentary.
No, well, let's talk about that later. Let's just.
Well, no, I just
for a second.
I only have one thing to say about it. I bring it up because I watched the motherfucker. I watched the whole goddamn thing. I do not remember anything about it.
So Charlamagne's interviewing Kamala, and he asked something along the lines of, who's going to be the superhero? Who's going to actually get this shit passed so the Democrats don't look like failures in 2022 and 2024? And like whoever was in charge of Kamala's fucking media appearance or whatever was like, oh, we're going to have to go ahead and, cut this interview short or whatever. And Charlamagne just like looks at the camera and is like, they're acting like they can't hear me. They didn't hear that last question, but they hear it or whatever. And then Kamala goes, I can hear you. And he goes, okay. And he kind of repeats the question. And then at the end of it, he goes, and who's really in charge here? Who's really in charge? Is it Joe Biden or Joe Manchin? And then
it's like, I'm frozen. I can't get what?
No, all of a sudden it was like she flipped like a switch flip, and she's like, you don't need to be repeating these Republican talking points that Joe Biden's not the real president.
They are not. Fucking, are you kidding me, bitch? They are not Republican things at all. The Republicans don't pay attention to this. The Democrats are all Marxists. They're all the same. Are you kidding me? Fucking no, but that's. Oh, dude, if she runs, she's gonna eat shit worse than anyone ever has.
The government is lying to you. The media is lying to you. Your racist aunt on Facebook is definitely lying to you.
She doesn't think she is.
If you are in need of a trustworthy source of facts and truth, subscribe to Special Interest Coup.
That I have been following. There is only one.
Mm-hmm.
And it is the disaster of the Ghislaine Maxwell trial.
Oh, really?
As represented by TrueAnon, who straight up moved to New York to cover this trial every day. And they were like expecting to be here for, months or whatever, right? Because, usually big trials like this, they drag on for forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
The defense rested Friday. This whole trial has been like maybe 2 weeks. And most of it was prosecution witnesses. The defense has nothing. They have nothing. They have no, with the exception of some fucking like a couple of like Epstein's like secretaries, no one has like testified on her behalf. No, like they don't have any like expert witnesses. All the stuff all the TV trial shit that you would imagine would be happening, none of that is happening. The defense is a bunch of bumbling fucking morons. And if I was Ghislaine Maxwell, I would be scraping money back from these motherfuckers. Like it's, but this is the other thing though, is that if they find her not guilty after this, right, because I have listened, TrueAnon has put out an episode of every day of the trial, right? And I have listened to all of them. Okay. So if she is found not guilty, then people who are on juries are stupider than I thought, and or strings were pulled. People were gotten to.
Right.
CIA, whatever, who knows? I don't know. Whatever. But like she's going just based on the trial itself and the testimony of 4 of the victims, she's going to jail for the rest of her life.